Does the mere mention of taxes trigger an intense urge to clean out your sock drawer? Or maybe you've been building a website, working on every single sentence and image, and you can't seem to launch it. Well, in today's episode, we're going to move through a hypnosis that is specifically for procrastination to help you finally get things done. Welcome to the Traveling Hypnotist Podcast, the ultimate destination to elevate your life through the power of travel, modern hypnosis, neuroscience, and time-tested wellness practices. I'm Nicole Hernandez, the Traveling Hypnotist, and as a board-certified hypnotist, creator of the TTH method, and wellness expert for the Four Seasons Hotel, New York Downtown, I'm here to guide you on a transformative journey. This podcast features travel-inspired hypnosis, real client sessions, belief-shifting travel stories, and interviews with experts who are shaping the world of conscious living. All right, it's time to journey within and go beyond. Well, raise your hand if you've ever felt the sting of procrastination. I have my hand raised right now. It's not just you. Many of us do struggle with putting things off from time to time, leading to more stress, self-doubt, and maybe even missed opportunities. But many people think that procrastination is about laziness and a lack of willpower, and it's not. What if I told you that procrastination is really a self-regulation issue? You see, the reason that we actually procrastinate is because we don't know how to manage the negative emotions that we associate with a task. And maybe you've had that experience yourself. I know I've had it almost every single year around tax season, but we all have those experiences in our lives of the things that we just have some kind of negative association around. Maybe it feels hard. Maybe it feels like we're uncertain about that task or that we don't have a lot of control around it. And we will escape that discomfort by seeking some short-term pleasure. So we might do things like cleaning our sock drawer, or suddenly we decide to take on a whole nother project. And even though those things are maybe as difficult as the tasks that we put off, what's interesting about those tasks is that they have a positive association. So there's something about it that might align with our values or our desires moving forward. But the thing about it is that procrastination is a cycle. So we cycle into it, feel the negativity, cycle out of it, go to something that's short term and something that might be a positive feeling. But today, we're going to explore how hypnosis can help you break free from this cycle and help you reclaim control over your actions. Now, I was recently working with a client who was facing major life changes. And this person found themselves caught in this ongoing cycle of procrastination. So this audio that you're hearing today was actually designed for them. And it does a few things. It makes a cycle very clear so that there's a defined choice within it to move forward, to move out of the cycle. And secondly, I wanted to show that moving through this path, taking that next step in their life, would actually allow some of those big emotions, those big and negative emotions to be released, and eventually taking that weight off of them so that burden is off of their back. Now, whether you relate to the story of moving through your own major life transition, or you just need some help with something at work that you've been putting off, I want you to use this hypnosis to help you move through that transition, to guide you. And as I've mentioned before in the past, it's important to listen to the audios more than once. So you might want to come back after a week and listen to this again and notice what you didn't notice before. Now, if you want to explore a custom TTH method session for you, if you want everything directed around your specific problem, then make sure to check out the link to the Traveling Hypnotist website in the description below. And stay tuned for future episodes because I'm going to be diving deeper into this topic of procrastination as it does impact so many of us. But for now, go ahead and find a nice place where you can lie down or recline. A place where you feel safe to close your eyes so that you can journey within and go beyond. And with your eyes closed, just allow yourself to soften and relax. Noticing now that your attention drifts inward as you become more aware of the subtle symphony around you, getting a sense of the sound of the gentle rise and fall of your breath, and perhaps the soft hum of your room and the soothing sound of my voice. And these sounds can guide you into a deeper state of ease, a place where your conscious mind just takes a gentle step back, noticing now the sensations in your body, the weight of your arms and legs, the temperature of the air around you. And you can let go of any effort, taking this time to just be present, a silent witness to the gentle unfolding inside of you. And in this quiet space, it's as if your inner world begins to become accessible, like a bridge being constructed, allowing you to cross over into new terrain, bridging across, learning more, as you now have more connections to all the parts of yourself, gaining new clarity and ability to see your actions now and your choices with profound precision. And you can see the threads that weave your days and the patterns that guide your steps. And in this heightened state of awareness, you can begin to recognize the potential for your transformation, the power to gently nudge those patterns of procrastination and to rewrite the script of your days. And this is not about forceful control, but rather a gentle invitation to journey within and go beyond your old limitations. Because in the past, you struggled with procrastination. And procrastination has been linked to a variety of variables, including depression and irrational beliefs, low self-esteem, and anxiety. And certainly, this is no surprise to you, as you felt feelings of anxiety like a heavy stone inside. A stone that you've been carrying around for so long that it seems to have become heavier and heavier with time, causing you to feel fatigued and emotionally and financially told. And yet, you've come to that point where you no longer want to carry that stone around, and you long to be free of that burden. So I'd like your unconscious mind to travel now, as if it could go all the way to Brooklyn Bridge Park. And as your unconscious mind travels now, you can allow your physical body to rest and digest and to energize in the interim. And as you imagine Brooklyn Bridge Park now, you can see the East River flowing by, and you can get a sense of the iconic Manhattan skyline in the distance. And there, in Brooklyn Bridge Park, is Jane's Carousel. And it's a beautifully restored antique carousel with 48 carved horses and 2 chariots. And what you may not know is that Jane's Carousel was purchased by Jane and David Wallentis at an auction in 1984. And it was in very poor condition when they got it. But it was Jane who restored the old carousel from her studio in Dembo. And not only did that carousel require extensive repairs, but layers and layers of paint had to be hand scraped away. So bit by bit and day by day, Jane scraped away that old paint, layer by meticulous layer, until one day, beneath the layers, she revealed the original 1922 colors and elegant wood carvings. And with research and color matching, every bit of that carousel was restored. And I want you to get a sense now of your own layers, noticing how much you've been scraping away in your own life, layer by layer, getting down to see more of the true you. Those old layers removed from your life, layers like alcohol, layers like emotional outbursts, layers that were keeping others and yourself from truly seeing your full potential. And I wonder what other layers you're in the process of scraping away now. And as you may or may not know, Jane's Carousel is encased in a glass pavilion with retractable doors, and it allows riders to feel sheltered from the winter breeze during those cold nights. And go ahead and imagine yourself standing before the grand, brightly lit carousel on a cool winter evening, and seeing the painted horses and the chariots gleam under the soft golden lights, just creating a mesmerizing atmosphere that lulls your mind and your body into a peaceful state. And the melodic music fills the air, soothing your senses. And it's as if the laughter echoes all around. And I want you to observe yourself as if you're climbing now onto a magnificent, muscular horse. And that horse on that carousel is called Extra Fit. And as you see the Extra Fit horse, you can sit on that horse, and you can even feel yourself as if your mind began to gallop through dreams and fantasies of yourself looking muscular and fit, perhaps as you lie by a pool or under the sun, or as if you just look in the mirror and admire your physique. And the carousel goes round and round as you ride that extra fit horse. And you can find that temporary satisfaction in this moment. But yet again, the carousel slows down, as carousels do, and you notice the familiar emptiness returning. And you might get the sense of that feeling of emptiness, of disappointment. You might have noticed that same feeling on those days when you exercise and feel proud of yourself. But deep inside, you know that your most important tasks have still gone untouched. And in many ways, that anxiety that exists inside of you, knowing another day is spent circling in place. And I want your unconscious mind to really grasp the understanding now that the carousel represents the cycle of procrastination in your life. And as you look at this carousel now, I want you to get a sense of each of those shiny carousel horses, like the many shiny distractions you've engaged in the last year or so. All those shiny distractions promising a temporary escape, but ultimately leading you back to the same place. And you can become aware that the work remains undone and the deadlines loom closer. And a gnawing sense of uneasiness grows inside of you. But I also want you to know now that there's another way, because you've had enough of this. And in this relaxed state now, I want you to imagine and really get a sense of yourself stepping off the carousel now, leaving behind the childish music and the dazzling lights, and really feel now the solid ground beneath your feet, getting a sense of yourself standing up straight and strong, bringing a sense of control and clarity into your body and mind. Now I want you to notice and imagine that retractable glass door that seemed to keep you safe from the elements, but was simply a temporary relief. I want you to see yourself walking through that door now, because ahead of you lies a path, clear and direct, leading you towards your goals. And the path, it may not be as brightly lit as the carousel, but it is your path. And every step forward is progress. So go ahead and see yourself standing next to the water now. And I want you to allow that old heavy rock, that old heavy stone that you've been carrying around for so long, I want you to see it appear in your hand. And I want you to feel the weight of that rock, as if you could really feel it in your hand now. And as you see the East River ahead of you, I want you to take a deep breath and throw that rock into the river. That's right. Just throw that rock into the river as hard as you can and see that rock flying through the air and sense it plunging deep into the water. And hear the sound of the splash. And notice the ripples on the surface. And those ripples are a symbol of the positive movement you're allowing in your life now. Because you've chosen to move on. You've chosen to take control of your time, holding the reins in your hands now. And I want you to feel a shift within you, an inner strength growing inside of you, because the allure of old distractions is beginning to fade, and it's replaced with a newfound sense of purpose. And your focus sharpens, and you are drawn towards the path, and your steps are guided by that quiet inner strength and confidence that you feel increasing inside of you. And I want you to go ahead now and take a nice deep breath in. And as you take that breath in, I want you to allow those old distractions to lose their grip on your mind. And as you exhale, I want you to understand now that you've had enough of going in circles. Because you are now driven by a deepening desire to take action. And the tasks that once seemed overwhelming now appear as just manageable steps on your journey. And I want you to feel a surge of motivation, like a fire growing within you, as if you could feel those flames growing inside, compelling you to break free of that old cycle of procrastination. And as you move forward, you can remember now that even the smallest step forward is progress. So each day, you begin with one task, one decision, and you can decide to spend just 10 minutes per day moving forward on your path. And with each time you move forward, that path becomes clear and your confidence becomes stronger. And after taking that one little step for those 10 minutes, you can feel good about going to work out or meeting up with a friend or just enjoying the day. And as you take that action, the carousel fades into the background, becoming a distant memory, because you have decided to leave it behind forever. And now take a nice deep breath as a sign of commitment that you are now going to leave behind a legacy that makes you proud. And as you exhale, allow yourself to begin to travel all the way back to your space, all the way back feeling fully present and reconnected to your body. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, feeling refreshed and empowered. And as you emerge now, just remember that that path is yours to walk, and you possess the strength to break free from that old cycle of procrastination. Well, if today's episode resonated with you and you found it helpful, I'm just going to ask you to take a moment, just one little moment, to subscribe or follow and leave a review. And if you're feeling generous, then go ahead and share this episode with a friend who is struggling to break free from procrastination. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Nicole Hernandez, and this is the Traveling Hypnotist Podcast. Until next time, remember, when you journey within, you can go beyond.